Hi everyone! Today I'm going to talk about 5 myths of good posture through an Alexander Technique perspective. Number 1, stand straight. I know that people mean this in the kindest of ways. When you see somebody hunched over, you feel like, stand up straight. But in doing that, what a lot of people interpret when they're told to stand up straight is actually to hold themselves up tighter. And it creates even more tension and held breaths. What would be more useful is to say, allow for your body to be balanced. Think about your lower body supporting your upper body and letting your feet really rest on the floor so that your feet, your ankles, your knees, your pelvis, your rib cage, your shoulders, and your head are nicely buoyant and balanced. Number 2, shoulders down. When people actually put their shoulders down, they push, and that locks not only your shoulder blades but also your arms. So instead of pushing down, shoulders down, allow yourself to have buoyancy in your shoulders. I sometimes just wiggle them and let them gently rest where they are. And then I wiggle my arms to remind me that it's connected, okay? Myth number 3, bend from your back. If you have ever been carrying anything, you know that there's pretty much 2 strategies. One that people use a lot, especially as we age, people try to bend from their back as if there was a place of bending there, and there's none. So the other one is to bend at your pelvis circular joint. That's the one that I want to focus on. Can you point to your neck? You're probably pointing here. Yes, great. Well, if you're gonna move and if you're gonna bend, it will probably be very useful to you to learn that the part that we identify as the neck is only one section of the spine. So my definition of the neck is actually from the top of your spine all the way to your sacrum. And you can see it in this slide. Your spine meets your head in between your ears and behind your eyes, which means that you have plenty of room up for your head to rest and be buoyant, and plenty of room going down for your whole spine to have space between each disc to allow fluid movement. So when we see the structure of the spine, it's kind of obvious that there's no mechanism within it that bends. The spine normally is good for rotation and also like side to side, okay, which is another type of rotation. Just to recap, the spine is not where we bend from. The single mechanism that is meant for us to bend from is the circle joint at the top of the femur, which meets the pelvis right here. Myth number 4, suck in your stomach. Whoever is sucking in their stomach, what they're doing is kind of cutting off the pattern of the breath, which can become a problem for other activities in our lives. So I'm a big advocate for starting each movement that you're going to do with an exhale. What that gives you is a chance to release the air that sometimes we're holding because that's become the pattern of concentration and looking good. When we suck in our stomachs, people don't necessarily look a lot thinner when they do that. So what you're gaining from it is not enough for what is costing you. What I would advise is to let your belly be free to move and allow your rib cage to be in a 360 relationship with your breath. So when you breathe in, all of it moves outward and out and inward. What you don't want is to be sucking in your breath all the time and then creating a pattern of when you do inhale, it only expands a little bit because you've overworked muscle groups in that area. Myth number 5, ergonomics is everything. I love this one because people really do get a lot out of ergonomics, but you can get a lot out of it until you address how you use yourself. In the Alexander technique, when I say the use of a person, what I mean is, are they integrated in their use or are they not? Are they including their mind, body, and spirit in that movement or are they not? And the reason why it's important is because it changes the quality of their movement. So, for example, if I pick up my phone right now and I don't take into account good use, integrated use, I may just grab it and this can become really tense. When I can do the same thing with less tension, okay? So the way that we approach grabbing things, speaking, bending, walking, all of that affects the way we're gonna feel and the way that we're gonna be thinking about X, Y, or Z activity. This is my video for 5 myths of good posture from an Alexander technique perspective. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and please leave me some comments.